Hello, in this video I'm annoyed. Why might you ask? Well, because in the last video I said that I was done with all the mechanical stuff once I'd serviced this thing, and that I would be able to start doing fun bits. And you know what that car said? It said, F you. So yeah. Here's a picture of what's going on. So as you can see, rocker cover is cracked, so that is amazing. So what I need to do is I managed to buy another rocker cover, which are no longer available from Mercedes, but when they were 200 quid and I paid 180 quid for a second hand one. I'm going to clean that up tomorrow, and then over the weekend, so Thursday now, we're going to get it on. I've got new injector seals. I went with the Honda Civic ones, they're a bit, or the Honda Accord diesel ones, they're a bit thicker. I'm going to have to clean the seats again, clean the injectors again, do all that sort of stuff that I've not long ago done, so that's fun. So yeah, got to take all that off. Spent, good amount of money on gaskets and stuff. I've got a few bits to refresh while we're in there, since we're doing this anyway. For now, what I'm going to do is something that's come in the post is this, and this is a seat occupancy sensor bypass module, I guess. The car thinks someone's sat in the seat, and then it in, and then it is, and then it in, and then it is, and then it in on the passenger side. So I always get the SRS warning, visit workshop. I always get airbag light coming on, which is the SRS thing. And sometimes as well, when it's feeling particularly fun, I have to put the passenger seatbelt, plug it in, and clip it in when no one's in there. So yeah, it's fine if nobody's been sat in there for like 2 weeks. It sort of sorts itself out. But someone sits in there and instantly starts doing it, and it's really annoying. Did it on the C-Class as well, and I had to get 2 little modules, but now it looks like companies have started offering like a one-stop solution. So this was like 35 quid, and basically it fools someone into thinking it's definitely someone in the passenger seat at all times. So from a safety standpoint, it's fine. The airbag activates whether someone's in it or not, so that's fine. If you're not there, it's not going to affect me. If someone is there, then they're still getting the airbag. And it cancels the any lights on the dash or any errors, which since it's going for MOT in like a week or 2, needs to be sorted. So gonna plug that in, pretty straightforward, and then yeah, we'll send this to this. Okay, I've put the seat right back, and the seat connectors are just under there. I'm going to unplug them, and in the wires coming from the car, I'm going to plug this little unit in. So let's do that. Okay, just going to test this, and then if it works, I'm just going to cable tie this underneath to the underneath of the seat somewhere, so it's nice and neat out of the way, and I don't accidentally hoover it up like I did my wife's, or nearly hoovered it up anyway. So let's do that, make sure it works. Okay, so it's come back on, but they did mention this a lot of the time. You have to clear the fault somehow. So I am going to see if my scanner, my Bluetooth scanner, it's only a cheaper one, but see if I can get that to go away. If not, might just disconnect the battery and reconnect it, and that'll basically reset, or I'll just keep driving for a bit and it should sort itself out. But the module should work. I've used these before, and it's pretty common on these sort of era of Mercs. But yeah, let me see if the scanner will sort this. Okay, sorted. It wasn't working, even though it was in, so my code reader couldn't reset it. So I was like, oh, I'll just disconnect the battery. That didn't work, and just reset my trip counter instead, which I was quite annoyed about. There was about 20k worth of mileage on there. Not from me, but anyway. And then I thought, you know what, I'll read the instructions that come with the unit. I did. And in fairness, it said, open the unit up. It's just got like a little trap door on it. Opened it up, and there was 3 switches. And they were set to on, off, off. And it said, for 2004 and 2005 models, try setting it to off, off, on. And I did. And it works. So you know what? As much as I hate to say it, sometimes it's better to read the instructions. So I'm just going to tie this up and put it out of the way, and then you'll see me in the next clip tomorrow. I'm going to be cleaning up the old valve cover. I'm not going to show you all of it, it's pretty repetitive, but I'll show you the state it's in, show you what we've got, what parts we've got to do the valve cover, the rocker cover, cam cover, whatever you want to call it. And then the clip after that, I'll actually be installing it, and then this car should be mechanically sorted and I can buy fun bits. So yeah, let's get to that. Alright, next day. So I've got my new rocker cover, well, second-hand rocker cover here with me, and I'm going to start cleaning it up. So loads of carb cleaner, EGR spray sort of stuff, wire brushes and whatnot. I'm not going to go too ham on the inside. I'm probably just going to spray it out because like the finish is fine in there. It's, you'd expect a lot of varnish and stuff anyway, so I don't mind having a few bits of carbon. It's, At the end of the day, it's going on a 160k mile engine, so this being as clean as a whistle doesn't really give any benefit. But on top, I'm guessing it had a bit of black death in the past, so I'm going to try and clean that up as much as I can. And then while that's sort of drying, sitting there pondering its life after being cleaned, I'm going to go and start taking off the rocker cover on my car. So do a bit of cleaning this and then we'll crack on with that. Alright, so I've got the rocker cover somewhat cleaned up. It's not perfect, but in the places where the arms for the injectors go down, it's clean enough. So I've got the fuel return rail off. One of the clips pinged out and is now in my undertray, I heard, which at least I heard it, so I know where it is. Taking the injector plugs off, so fuel returns off. Just need to take this off, which I think holds down like the wiring. I'll just lever out the way, hopefully. Take the fuel rail itself off. That just goes that way and goes out the way. Take the injectors out, which should come out pretty easy, and then take the PCV system off. Take these little airbox, the holder things off, and then in theory, I think it should just come off. So probably take the cam position sensor out now, so I don't damage it while I'm removing it. But yeah, okay. Wish me luck. I'm going to crack on. Okay, so obviously it's getting dark, but new, well, second-hand, cleaned up rocker cover is on. Looks like the torque value for the bolts are actually really low, so I kind of just nipped them up in an equilateral pattern. A bit annoying because I couldn't move this fully out of the way, but I got it out of the way enough to slide it in. So I've just made sure the injector holes are nice and clean. You're going to be able to see that. Yeah, and just gone in and out of the bolts, made sure the bolt threads are nice and clean as well so it doesn't interfere with that torque value. So now I'm just going to clean the injectors themselves up real quick, put them back in, loosely for now. I'll build up the rest of the engine, so there's a cam sensor that goes there, there's a new O-ring. I've made sure all the maintenance surfaces are clean with a bit of Scotch-Brite and EGR cleaner. The new PCV system will go there. I'll start reconnecting everything, put the fuel rail back on, then we're good to go. Now, annoyingly, I did drop for the fuel return pipe. There's these really annoying little clips that go in there, and one is on the under tray, so I'm going to have to jack the car up, whip the under tray off real quick, and then and find one. But I had it hit the under tray, so I mean, I know where it is at least. So, right, let's finish cracking on. I'll show you where we're at. Okay, so just going to tighten it to 7 Nm, then 90 degrees. And then I'll give it 15-20 minutes to settle, and then I'll give it another 40 odd degrees, 45. That seems to be the general consensus. So let's get 7 Nm, all of them. Alright, they're already there. I'm going to give it a tiny bit more just to be alright, as long as I've met that minimum. Okay, that's 7 Nm. Tiny bit more. Bit more. Bit more. I'll give them 90 degrees now. So from here to straight down the engine. Wait, when's it engaging that? Okay, it's 90. Okay. 90. 90. 90. 90. Okay, while that's settling, I'm going to start reattaching everything else. So there's a PCV system, cam position sensor, this wiring harness thing. And yeah, let's start getting that all back together. Okay, so everything is back together. Cam position sensor, new gasket, new bolt. Don't know why I went for the bolt. anorak baby. New PCV system, fuel rail, injector, leak off pipes. I just need to put the clips on, but like I say, I just need to go underneath, get the one clip. That's the last task. Got the fuel pressure sensor back in. So yeah, I just need to jack the car up and drop the under tray. Really could have done without doing that, but and then we'll start it. So if you watched my Black Death video where I fixed that, you'll know that it takes a while to start this, so I might just roll it back, put my wife's car next to it, and the mighty 2.2 will power the 2.7. And yeah, basically you just got to crank it for ages. You can't build up the fuel pressure any other way because it doesn't have a lift pump or anything. It just pulls it with a high pressure pump straight from tank. So because I've cracked off fuel lines, there'll be no pressure, so I've just got to crank it for ages. And it really disconcerted me at first, but then yeah, everyone online was like, yeah, just crank it for ages. And yeah, it seems to work. So just go get that bolt, just go get that pin, and then we'll crack on. Well, I couldn't find that injector clip even after taking off the under tray, so that's very annoying. However, I just bought a pack of 10 of these off Amazon for next day delivery for like £7. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. Luckily, these are a very generic common rail clip. Yeah. Oh, look at that shiny, I might have to swap all the others out now. But yeah, so that's in there looking good, so job jobs. The only other thing to finish this off, but I'll put the engine cover back on later when I can be bothered. I'm just heading out now, so that's why I need to do this. But also the engine management light's on, so I did this last time, and I think it's because I thought the car was more old school than it was, and I'm just out of habit. I'm pumping the accelerator when it's starting. I'm like, come on, give it some fuel, when really it's just all electrically controlled during starting, and it'll just sort itself out. So last time I got a code for throttle position sensor, and I was like, oh no, wasn't knackered, but I did the throttle adaptation, or reset the adaptations of the throttle pedal, and that seemed to fix it. So I'm not even going to scan it this time, I'm just going to do this, and if it don't work then I'll scan it, because yeah, the engine light's on. But let me just quickly find out what the procedure is again. Turn the ignition key to the on position, not start. Press the gas pedal to the floor, hold for 5 seconds, turn the key to off, then release the pedal, then wait 2 minutes. Alright. On. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn the key to off, then release. Alright, I did this last time and I think I did it a few different ways because it didn't seem to work last time, but I'll do that, give it 2 minutes, let's set a timer and then we'll see. Alright, so I did that a couple of different ways. I think the one that ended up working was you put it to ignition 2, hold the throttle pedal for 20 seconds, then then turn the key back to ignition, like ignition off, turn the key all the way back, pull it out, then let go, then give it like 5 minutes. I tried it a few different ways and then also cleared the codes a few times. They're a bit funny, these. It seems to come back like once or twice. It did it last time as well, but now it's gone, car's running great. I don't know if it's a placebo effect or if it's genuinely happier for having this work done, but yeah, it feels a lot better. I suppose if the injectors are seating properly, then obviously, you know, there's a minute loss there if it's not sealing properly. So pre-MOT's tomorrow, so what I've done is filled the tank up with some fuel and some diesel treatment, so because it's a bit smoky, I'm going to clean the EGR out. It's like just on real hard acceleration, but I don't want the emissions being a nightmare. I think it should be good. Last MOT was like 5,000 miles ago, and so yeah, it's not really done much miles since. There was wheel bearing slightly noisy. I've done both. I think it was the front. Let me check. Yeah, offside front vehicle smart is so good. This is backwards. I'll try and flip that. Offside front wheel bearing slightly noisy. I've done both of them. And yeah, and the hub. The near side rear anti-roll bar joint has slight play. Can't really feel that myself. I didn't have pry bar on it, but I was hanging off it with my hands and twisting it, and it seemed alright. Worst case scenario, we can just put a bar on. It's going to be 30 quid or something from Euros. So, and there was a nail in the tyre, and that's been replaced. So I think it's going to be alright. I've replaced the front arms that were an issue. I noticed them obviously like preemptively they were shot. So I think we're good. Fingers crossed anyway, touch wood. So I'm just going to clean the EGR out, it's really easy to get to, I'll show you, and then we're going to end this video with the results of the MOT. And then next episode I'm going to maybe potentially go and get some parts for it, I'll see, and I'll explain more in the next episode. So let's clean that EGR out. So EGR is here, one of these weird clips that Mercedes likes to use, and I don't know how you're meant to do it, but to be honest I just do that with them. Oh, there's some oil in there. Might have to get the old rag on that. Lovely. I mean, I know it's likely going to be like that the whole way through and through the pipe, but you know, feel a bit better about it, don't you? Clean some of it out. Okay, so just move that out of the way. More oil. And then the way I'm going to do this without removing it is just spray loads of EGR cleaner in there. So I can't be bothered to remove it. There's 2 bolts here, there's like a clip here. And yeah, I don't think the EGRs are long for this world, if you catch my meaning anyway, so for now, just going to clean it. Spray loads of EGR cleaner in. I've got a nylon bristle brush here, and yeah, might get a torch so I can see inside of there. We'll just give it a good scrub out. Not worried about too much going in there, because 1, the EGR cleaner sort of evaporates, and 2, it's on a downward tilt anyway, so most of it will just fall out. So if I put that there, catch any of the crap that comes out. Alright, professional. Oh! That is grafted. Should I look inside here? Let's see if we can get you guys in here. So that's pretty nasty, that. So we're going to clean that. There are some chunks of carbon coming out of here. I mean, I think you could do with even taking that air intake, whatever this is, part of the boost system out, because see right up there, it's absolutely grafted in there. But like I say, I'm not going to do it. Maybe one day when we've got a gasket and stuff, it's not so close to MOT. But we'll get what we can out of this end, and it should improve, you know, most of it. Might kick a bit of crap out as well now I've just disturbed it with the cleaner as well. We'll see. Should be better than it was at least. Alright, that's dried out a bit, so hopefully there won't be loads of liquid crap just flying back through, getting eaten up by the injectors that I've just reseated, he says optimistically. So why is this stiff now? Oh yeah. Put this stupid clip back in, obviously. Right, so as expected, it fired up fine. Knocked for like a split second, but I think that's because of literally probably all the vapour from the EGR cleaner that I put in there. It's pretty like explosive. I've got muck on my face. Is that on the face? Is that the camera? Nope, I've got it on my face. That's good. It's from that brush flicking back. Honestly, it was just chunks. It was spewing chunks. It was spewing chunks. But yeah, started up fine. Hopefully now with the drive to MOT tomorrow on the motorway for a bit. No, injector cleaner should work its way through. It's got a new breather, it's got a new injector seal, it should be absolutely fine, so he says. And then yeah, engine cover back on, the actual threads on the engine cover were on the rocker cover now, and they're actual threads, like on mine they were not, they were just sleeves. Smooth bore, so that's good. The engine cover's a lot more secure on there now. And then I'll update you tomorrow to finish this video off with the MOT results. So fingers crossed for me, please. Put fingers crossed down in the comments. Alright, so I'll catch you tomorrow. Well, the verdict's in. I hold the all-important piece of paper in my hand. What do we think? Did you think it was going to pass? I've put a bit of work into it, as you've seen in the past couple of episodes, and that's actually something the MOT tester commented on. Usually I don't go with, so I take it to my friend, and then he takes it to a garage. He doesn't do the MOTs himself, a lot of hassle, training, licensing, etc. And yeah, I heard him over say, wow, she's had some money spent on this, and I thought, yeah, don't remind me. But yeah, so boom, pass. You can look it up. My reg is in a lot of the videos, so yeah, pass. Advisory for the handbrake, which, yeah, I did the dust shield and new pads and discs on the rear, and I couldn't really adjust it out much on one side. The side that I did the new dust shield on seemed to be catching even if I adjusted it on a tiny bit, and you can just hear it trailing. Whether that'd wear off to some degree, obviously as the inside of the disc you know, wears out a bit, and it still provided enough force to meet the requirements of the MOT. And he said that obviously with it being an automatic it's less important, and it was borderline, but yeah, we're past, it's down to their discretion. But yeah, here we are with a fresh MOT. So next video we're going to go and get some parts for it now that I don't have to spend anything else on repairs, so start looking at it. And yeah, we're going to go on a road trip, so the reason why might not make sense financially at first, but I'll explain all that in the video that's coming up. So thank you for staying tuned, and yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.